What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to the Bit of Footy YouTube channel. Now today we are running through, Jesus Christ, I think it's round 12 this weekend, I believe. Yep, round 12 this weekend. So we're going to be running through our round 12 tips. Last weekend I got 7 out of 9 tips correct. So that leaves me in 15th spot, equal 15th or 14th, sorry, with in my tipping competition. So I've got 66 points in total, and the leader, Pat, or Cardman22, as a lot of you would probably know him as, is on 72 points. Who also got 7 out of 9 last week as well. So I'm sort of slipping away from the lead here. I'm 6 points behind. Shannon is in second place, you know. Jordi Pluto is in front of me in 13th place. I believe Biggest Ween is at the bottom. He is on 42 points. So not looking too good. This week is actually a very tough week for tipping. I've actually had a look at it, and holy shit, it is difficult. But yeah, let's see how we do. Alright, so obviously this week we have a few buys and all that, so it's going to be a little bit shorter of a video, but hopefully I get all tips right, because getting 6 out of 6 this week would be massive. Anyway, let's begin. Alright, so the first game is between the D's and the Lions at Giants Stadium. A huge blockbuster clash, you could say. Building up, you know, a bit of the hype. You know, last week was meant to be a great game between the Dogs and D's. Wasn't that great, wasn't that enjoyable. I'm hoping this one is. Two really good informed teams, the D's and the Lions. Listen, it's a tough one to tip, and I'm thinking about both teams. I was thinking about the midfield, the forward line and all that. I have went the D's, and I have dropped my phone. I've went the D's, and I've went the D's by 8 points. I feel like it's going to be a close one. I feel like I could change to the Lions last minute. It is such a tough one to tip. This round is like literally make or break, because we're heading into the halfway point of the season as well. So I've went the D's. I don't know. I feel like the Lions could do it, but I feel like because it's at Giant Stadium, I feel like it's going to suit the D's a little bit more than it would the Lions. So yeah, I'm going to go the D's by 8 points in that one, fingers crossed. The first Saturday game is the Swans taking on the Saints at the SCG. Originally scheduled to be at Marvel Stadium. I think even if it was at Marvel Stadium, I'd still be tipping the Swans in this one. They've just been playing a little bit better of footy than the Saints have, and now they're going to have that home crowd advantage on their side as well. So I think I'm going to have to tip the Swans in this one over the Saints. No doubt, I think the Saints will be competitive in this match. I feel like it could be a really strange one. I feel like it could be like a bit of last week, where the Blues were competitive sort of in the first half and then dropped away in the second half. But yeah, I think the Swans should beat the Saints in that one. Then we got the Crows taking on the Pies at the Adelaide Oval. Now this one may trump a little bit of you guys, but I've actually went Collingwood. I know that they've been playing really shit. I know that they've got Adams and Grundy out, but Bianco played really well last week. I was really happy with how he performed. We're going to have Elliott back. We're going to have McCreary back. I feel like we do have a solid chance to actually beat the Crows. Listen, they took it up to the Tigers last week, no doubt. But I feel like if there's a sniff of a game, I reckon the Pies could just pull it off in this one and beat the Crows at the Adelaide Oval. So I've actually tipped Collingwood over the Crows. I know it sounds a little bit crazy, but I've gave you my reasoning. McCreary, Elliott is back. He gives another option in the forward line, which means my check can sort of move around a bit more freer than he has in the past few weeks. And without Grundy last week, the Pies actually looked really well. They looked really good. So, I don't know. I'm thinking maybe we could cause a little bit of an upset. So I went the Pies over the Crows. Then we've got Dreamtime at the O. The Optus Stadium hosting Dreamtime for the first time ever. Jeez, how good were the Bombers in that comeback last week? Amazing scenes. I was actually rooting for them as much as I'm Not the biggest fan of the Dons. I'm not the biggest fan of the Eagles, so I was really hoping Essendon came back and won that, and they did, so it was fun for me to watch. Either way, I still feel like the Tigers will get the job done. They have a knack of finding a way to win in like big games. You know, even when they're down at maybe halftime, quarter time, they find a way to get the job done. So I'm going to tip the Tigers. This is a game where I can see myself flicking back and forward on the tipping ratio, and maybe I'll tip the Bombers when the day arrives. The last two games are on the Sunday. The first one is the Blues taking on the Eagles at the SCG, so a bit of a strange one there, but another shock. I'm going the upset this one. I'm going the upsets. I'm fucking, I'm going in all. I'm fucking pushing all the chips into the table. I'm going the Blues to win this one over the Eagles. I just have a little sniff that the Blues could cause a bit of an upset over the Eagles. I know the Eagles forward line is absolutely insane, but it's at the SCG. Bit of a different environment, a bit of a strange game. I don't know if the Eagles will be able to cope. Blues already played at the SCG against the Swans last week. Had a fantastic first half. Second half, we can excuse. Obviously, the Swans picked it up in the second half. But it's a bit of a strange environment, bit of a strange game. If it was at the G, I'd probably go the Eagles, no doubt. But it's at the SCG. There's no neutral advantage for any side. So I'm going to tip the Blues in this one. Just a sneaky little chance. If they win, oh my. Then the last game is the Dockers taking on the Dogs at Optus Stadium. I don't think there's much to say about this one besides the Dogs should get the job done. Obviously they had their loss to the D's last week, but we all know that the D's are a good side. No one's ringing the doorbell. But yeah, so I think the Dogs should get the job done. The Dockers, they're a bit of a trump side when they play at home, but I still feel like the Dogs will have the legs, the power. They've got a great midfield. We all know that. And yeah, I feel like they should get the job done over the Dockers. I actually do think it'll be a close one just because it's at Optus Stadium, and the Dockers do play really well at Optus Stadium, so it should be a very interesting game nevertheless. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That is it for the tipping video this week. If you haven't already joined the tipping competition, you can join it in the link in the description. I'll be doing a live stream of the AFL mid-season draft, so I'll be happy if you guys were to come and watch that as well. It'll be with Jordi, Pluto. We're going to run through all the picks from 1 to 27. And, obviously giving away the names and all that. So yeah, make sure to join that. And cheers guys for watching. Later.